on the road again. It's May 23rd, 9 in the morning, just past Chilliwack. Been on the road an hour or so, or an hour and a half maybe. So I'm heading to Kootenay National Park, gonna try to get some more wolf pictures. If I find a spot before that, I guess I'll stop, but gonna head back to where I got some pictures of a black wolf back in November. Yeah, so I'm just listening to CBC radio, and they're talking about bear attacks, and I just heard some incredible stories. Holy moly. Freaking me out a bit, because the bears are out, and I'm a little scared of bears, and in the national park I can't have my 12-gauge shotgun, so anyways, giving me some food for thought. Hopefully it's not foreshadowing or anything, but yeah, bears are out, but I'm after wolves on this trip, and it's Monday. I think I'll be back on Friday or Saturday or somewhere in there, so should have 3 or 4 days in the park or wherever to get some shots. But the weather forecast isn't supposed to be great. I'm just on the Coquihalla Highway here and spotted a mother bear and 2 cubs. It's kind of neat. One's kind of off-colored. They're over there. And I'll got the 600, get a couple shots. Well, the mother smelled me, I guess. She looked over and then they headed into the woods. So grabbed a couple quick shots, nothing spectacular. They're luckily on the other side of the 12-foot fence. But anyways, interesting looking cubs. I only got a picture of the one. The other one ran into the woods when we got closer, but they're still, I don't know, 200 meters away. Not too close. I'm about half an hour out of Golden. Ever since Revelstoke for the last at least hour, been in one solid stream of traffic. Everyone heading back to Calgary, I guess, from the long weekend. And it's been kind of slow going at times. A couple of radar traps and everyone slows down to about 50 clicks on the highway. Yeah, lots of traffic. Seems to be picking up the closer I get to Calgary. That's not good, but I'll be turning off at Golden, so should get out of this never-ending line of traffic. Well, I'm now in Kootenay National Park. I've driven 858 kilometers. Kind of far to go, I guess, but only 17 kilometers away from where I want to shoot the wolves, photograph the wolves. If they're around, if they are there, who knows? I'll check for footprints. That's what I'm going to do now. And actually about 10 clicks back, so about 28 clicks from the campsite is where I want to photograph the wolves. So it's going to be a bit of a commute each day, but oh, sorry, got some guy trying to pass me while I'm trying to make room for these guys. Traffic's back to being crazy again. Bunch of people trying to make it to Calgary or somewhere. Yeah, I'll go check out my wolf area, see if any footprints are around. River looks pretty high, but I'm hoping there's still kind of a beach I can shoot at. That's all for now. Well, here I am at my favorite spot from November. Creek's up a bit. Looks like I have to cross this little bridge to get to the spot I wanted to go to. There's still some light in the sky. I haven't seen any. I've seen a couple deer tracks, possibly some wolf tracks, but it looks maybe like a dog. Over there, back in November, there's just tons of tracks, but then again, the water wasn't this high. But yeah, through the park to this point, I've probably seen 100 deer and one big black bear. So yeah, the bears are definitely out, and I'll have to be careful of them. But anyways, just gonna look around for more prints. Not sure I want to cross this little bridge just yet. Got the old 600mm, the little point and shoot camera with me, and yeah, just see if I could see anything or hear anything. But so far, I don't see a lot of tracks. It could be in a completely different area of the park at this time of year. I just don't know. But I'll keep my eye out and See what happens. Yeah, this river is really high. I used to be able to walk across here on a couple of the, actually there's the log there, I guess, on a log, and then that was dry land. So that big beach there is pretty much cut off now. I'm not gonna be able to get there. It's too bad, because that was actually a good spot. There's another river coming in way over there. It's gonna be blurry and yucky way over there, but yeah, it wasn't a bad spot, but no way I'm getting to that. I'm now a little bit further up the highway, across the river, in the burnt out area. It looks like some poo, some scat. It's good bet it could be wolf. That's a good sign. Haven't seen any prints, but yeah, looks like it's got fur in it, so I'd say wolf. Well, the trail continues. Actually, that might not be a bad trail to check out, but I'm only an hour or so away from dark, maybe an hour and a half. I don't really want to hike down there. I'm not really prepared to stay long anyways. Don't have any food with me, but I do have the camera. I got bear spray and a knife. Actually, I left the bear bangers in the truck, and same with the 12 gauge. Not allowed to have a shotgun here, so can't bring that with me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna head back to the truck and go check out the campsite and check in, I guess. That's the plan. I also found some more droppings there. They all look fairly old, some older than others. But kind of have to be careful though, because some of the droppings have toilet paper beside them. I guess apparently people like crossing this little bridge up here and going in the woods. I just pulled over here and got a picture of an elk up on the bank there. Oh, I see him up ahead. He's running. Hope he doesn't run in front of me. Actually, four elk. Right there. Stay. Well, I just registered my campsite. It's number G2, right by the river. Looks like not a bad spot. Level enough for the camper. It cost $24.50 a night. I think it was $15.70 for the campsite and $8.80 for a fire permit. And there's actually firewood there, so there's home for the next 2 days. Looks pretty good. Well, on the road again, just leaving the campsite, and it's foggy here. I guess the river temperature is pretty cold and the air temperature is fairly warm, so it's creating some fog. Lots of deer out again this morning. It's 5:20 in the morning, Vancouver time. 6:20 Alberta time, I guess, but awfully early. I'm just gonna go check out a few spots. Well, I've decided to cross a little bridge here, and I'm going to go up the trail, hang it right, go to that other creek that kind of comes into that sandy spot that I kind of liked before. But I haven't been down this trail before. I'm kind of going a little heavy. I got my 600 here, got my blind, my chair, my little cushion. On the back I've got the 300 mil tripod. So I'm ready to rock. Yeah, I don't think it'll be that far of a hike, but I got bear bangers, I got bear spray, I got everything, so I should be good to go. There's some very old wolf scat. Trail's not so bad so far. It's had to divert around a little puddle, but other than that, not bad. Well, so far along this trail, I've seen deer tracks, elk tracks, possibly a couple wolf prints. And the good news is, no bear prints. I like it. Yeah, this is all one big fire a number of years ago. But so far, haven't seen anything alive except a couple of birds. There's my first good wolf print. It's fairly fresh. Nice little set leading away from where I'm going, but well, check it out. Well, I made it to the river. The left side here is all burnt out, and the right side is all a-okay. Guess the river was a fire break. Downstream to the right here is the highway. I'm actually going to go down that way a little ways, where it connects into that other stream, or river I should say. Because in November, 6 months ago, the wolves were hanging out in the bush just on the other side there, so I'll go check that out. Hopefully find a spot to set up. All along here there's digging holes. I don't know if wolves dig holes, but it's just littered with them all down here. Something's been digging. Hard to say what it is. It's nothing fresh, but just all throughout here. Dig, dig, dig. Interesting. Just walking along the stream here, or river. Found this little, looks like some kind of trap. Looks like it snaps down on something. And it's got a little cone-shaped thing that something walks into and crawls into and can't get back out. Looks like a mouse trap. Very interesting. Guess I'll just leave it there. Also, I made it all the way down to the other river. That's the one I just came down. This is the main one. So, back in November I was parked over there and I set up a tent right about there in the water. Yeah. So that was probably about a 3-kilometer hike. I'd say 2 kilometers to this guy here, and then a kilometer down to where I am now. So, November, wolves are coming up here and hanging out up in here. They're also coming along here, crossing, and then hanging out in there. So I haven't seen too many fresh tracks down here. They're probably not around, but probably set up somewhere up there so I can have a good look. I'm finally set up here. I decided on this spot. Basically, that's the highway down there, the other river, I can see that. And this is the spot where they're kind of hanging out and crossing. Or one of the spots they were crossing, I should say. But I've got a pretty good 360-degree view. Upstream there, and back downstream. So, in the blind, setup. We've got the 600mm with the D3S on the tripod. I've got an air horn, bear spray, bear bangers, a knife, and in the back there's a spot. I can hit that for emergencies. If I need to shoot out the sides, I've got the D300S with the 300 2.8mm lens on it, so I should be able to grab a couple shots at the sides if I need to. And that's pretty much the setup. I've been pretty lucky with the weather. I thought it was just gonna be pouring today. That's at least what I thought the weather report said. So hang out here for like 6 hours or so, see what happens, see what animals come by. Let's hope for wolves, but you just never know. It's been about 2 hours or so and the sun is out. That's good news. And I just saw the first signs of wildlife. 2 white-tailed deer are over there, but they kind of wandered off. But got a couple pictures, nothing special, but that's how it's going. Well, I decided to move upstream a little bit. Those whitetail, there's 2 of them. They were over here and they went upstream and then crossed. Got a couple quick shots with the D300S on a 300mm lens. But it would have been nice to swing around the 600. So I've moved and I'm now looking straight upstream. Hopefully get some action and then also have a decent view. That's where I was over there. But I have a decent view still, so well, see what happens in the next couple hours. It's been another 2 hours, so that's 4 hours altogether so far, and nothing except spiders. And they keep coming in my blind here. That's all I've seen moving. Well, that was 5.5 hours or so in the blind. It's starting to cloud over pretty good, so it may start raining soon, so I figured might as well pack her up, head back to the truck. I'm going to try a different route this time. I'm going to, instead of taking a regular path, there seems to be a lot of animal paths here, so I'll take one that's a little closer to the main river, and hopefully it leads me back to the truck. Actually, I can't go wrong. Basically, I go that way. I'll hit the trail one way or another. So, yeah, not a bad spot. The day was gorgeous. It was sunny, almost too hot for a while there. And, yeah, just the 2 deer and a whole bunch of spiders at this spot. Anyways, keep on keeping on. Note to self, take the path next time. It's just nuts jumping over all these logs. It's going to take me twice as long and probably have to travel twice as far. Finally made it back to the path. That only took about half an hour to go about 600 yards or so. Kind of looks like a bear print there. I've seen a couple wolf prints. I don't know if they were new or not, but they look pretty fresh. I just saw 2 whitetail, probably the same 2 that I saw earlier. They're just working their way this way, I guess. Been finding more of those tracks that kind of look like bear tracks, but it's going the same way I am, so that's good news. Finally, back of the truck. That was a little more hiking than I wanted to do, but oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Well, I just went down Settlers Road for a little ways, 14 clicks or so. It's a gravel road south of the campsite that leads out of the park. It still follows Kootenay River. I may just check out of the campsite tomorrow and head down this road and find some spots. But so I went down a little ways, took a look. Didn't find anything right off the bat, but I think it's worth exploring tomorrow. A 4-legged lawnmower over here. It's a bear just munching away in the grass. Just on the side of the highway. Well, I'm now back at the campsite. I guess that's the end of day 2. Time to, I guess, look at some photos and have dinner. Well, I'm on the road again. 7:30 Vancouver time, day 3. I'm gonna head down that Settlers Road. Bit of a late start. It's raining, not too hard, but. And I was up a bit late last night with the Canucks winning in double overtime to go into the Stanley Cup Finals. Woohoo! Go Canucks, go! I don't know how we're gonna do in the finals, but hopefully we win it all. But so today is hitting the road again, down some road I've never been on. So see what I find. Well, I've only gone about 18 kilometers down this road. I'm just going to pull over here, but bit of a clear cut, and found some wolf scat and a couple of elk just running along through the woods there, or lack of woods. Yeah, neat. There's just driving down this road. It looks like an old farmhouse up here. Well, I'm just pulled over here. There's a nice view for sure. There's the truck over there. Old farmhouse. Seen better days. Well, it's seen better days. Nice big skylight though. I'm not so sure this was a farm. To me it looks more like a works yard or something. What I have here is a little old sardine can. Looks like it was used for soap. Small window there. This looks like a shower. Looks like another shower stall there. So this was the bathhouse. Not a lot left of it. But pretty cool. Just coming up to Canal Flats, so I've gone about 65 kilometers on the dirt roads here. Got the truck pretty dirty, but I guess the only interesting spot really was that old lodge or whatever the heck that mine or farmhouse, whatever that thing was. That was probably the most interesting spot. There's not a bad road, lots of turnoffs. Can check them all out, but coming up to Canal Flats, back on the highway up here, so I'm not sure exactly what the plan is, but I'm gonna fuel up and stock up on some food and stuff, and take it from there. Well, I'm now coming back into Kootenay National Park, gassed up and stuff in Canal Flats, and now I'm back into the park. There's so many different roads to explore, and I get in a mode where I just keep driving and driving, so at this point it's up to two spots, going back to that old house kind of area where I saw some wolf scats, or going back up near that hiking trail I did yesterday. So don't know exactly what I'll do, but I'm heading back in that direction. Let's see where I end up. Well, I'm on a gravel road, so that means I decided to go back to the old ruins there. So, yeah, that's the plan. Let's see if I can set up and make it work. Well, here I am at the old houses. Ruins. I've set up the big blind. I've got 600, of course, on my tripod. And there's a whole bunch of little ground squirrels. They're just chirping away because there's a badger out there. This little striped-faced badger. I've never seen one before, but that's what I'm calling it until I actually research it. I got a little bit of video and a couple of stills. Inside here, got my trusty 12 gauge, just in case. Got my bear bangers and knife and bear spray there. Got my chair with a good cushion, and the camera, of course. So, for now, I'm just going to try to get some action with this badger. I guess he's after the ground squirrels. But, yeah, it's kind of fun. See what happens. Now this is the hole the marmot or badger or whatever was digging, so there's the size of my foot. Pretty big hole. Over there we have a blind in the middle, camper on the right, and the wrecked house on the left. So this is where, that's how far away I was taking that shot. But I'm just going to search around a little bit, see what I find. I was just looking at my app for scats and tracks, and yeah, that was a badger that I saw. It's hard to see that, but all kinds of info on tracks and where their range is, what their footprints look like, what their poo looks like, holes look like. Very cool app, but yeah, definitely a badger. Cool. Just don't want to make them mad because I hear they can be pretty mean. He's out there somewhere. Well, that was interesting. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I was getting a little worried. I was like looking at stuff, and then I look up, and all the little ground squirrels are gone. I'm like, what's going on? Usually they send out some kind of screeching noise, and they all hide or whatever. A couple false alarms I've seen already, but so this went on for about 10-15 minutes. I was trying to figure out what's going on, and at the far end of the field, a couple little ground squirrels poked their heads out and were walking around. And then all of a sudden I heard a little screech or whatever, their little warning sign. And yeah, bird came down and almost got one of them. It was a hawk or an eagle. I'm not a birder, so I don't really know what kind of bird it was, but I grabbed a couple shots. And it was like hopping along on the ground, checking out holes and stuff, and then it flew off. I don't know where it flew off to. I didn't see exactly where it went. But they're still hiding, and every once in a while they send a guy out little ground squirrel lookout to the top of the old shack here. And yeah, so not sure what's going on now. I guess it's still around because they're hiding. And it's starting to rain. Yeehaw. Well, it's getting a little bit late here. Probably only have another maybe hour of shooting. It's starting to get fairly dark. Yeah, so the ground squirrels never came back out. So I decided to put my little noisemaker out there, my Fox Pro. So I'm doing some rabbit distress calls at the moment. See if anything pops out of the bush. So far, nothing. Well, I've got the camera packed up. It's starting to get a little dark out, so I call it a night. But that was pretty cool. A badger, hawk or something. I've always said you find a prey, predators will come. So that's kind of neat. So that's the end of day 3. I'll get an early start in the morning. There's a spooky old house that I'm going to sleep beside. Ooh. Well, it's now 6:30 in the morning, and it's not raining now, but it rained pretty heavily last night. No sign of the little ground squirrels yet. I guess I got up before them. Well, it's about 9 o'clock now, and not much happening. A couple crows flying by. The little ground squirrels, at least I'm calling them ground squirrels. They could be gophers. I don't know. They just seem so small. Are starting to come out now. Slowly but surely. And it's been kind of sprinkling on and off, but not so bad actually. A little cold though. Well, it's raining a little harder now. Wind picked up a bit too at times. I did have another bird come by, some kind of hawk or something. It landed on one of the 2x4s of the old house here, but yeah, not much happening. It's probably noon, I guess. I had a nice big brunch about an hour ago. It was awesome, but not too much to report. Kind of slow. Well, it's still raining out. I went to the camper and put on my warm weather gear because it's kind of cold. Not much happening here. Little ground squirrels are just disappeared. They're not out. So I decided to lean back in my little chair here and have a little snooze. Oh, I don't know. It's probably out 20 minutes, half hour. I heard something and looked up. It scared the crap out of me. A little bird was sitting right here on the inside of my thing. This is mesh here. It must have flown in this way, sat here, and yeah, it scared the crap out of me. I shoot it out and it flew away, but that was a rude awakening. Wildlife in my tent. Anyways, yeah, not much happening. It's kind of cold and rainy and yucky, but you never know. Something could jump out of the woods at any time, or jump in my tent. Well, it's quitting time for the day. It's been one heck of a rainy, cold, moist day. Yeah, so I didn't see much today at all. Saw that one bird, bunch of ground squirrels. That's about it. So time to go back into the camper and call it a night. Well, it's day 5, about 5:30 in the morning, and it's snowing. Crazy. Thought I got away from that stuff this year, but I guess not. But it's a moving day, so got the truck running. I gotta go pack up. Well, the good thing is the snow's not sticking on the road, so it makes travel a little bit easier. deep in snow on the highway, or beside the highway. Well, I'm about 13 clicks west of Golden, and there's a sign that says Wolves Wildlife Center, so wolves in captivity, I guess. Couldn't get one in the wild, so I'll see what is involved with snapping a couple shots of this place. Just going up a gravel road for a couple clicks here. We'll see. Kind of cheating, but I wanted to see wolves in this trip, and darn it, I'm gonna see them. I paid my 12 bucks and get to see some wolves. Hey buddy, how's it going? You scared of me? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a whole bunch. Hey Mr. Wolf, it's a little hard to shoot through the fence, but pretty cool. They got all kinds of wolves here. I like this black one. Kind of hard to see through the fence, but hello Mr. Wolf. How's it going? Hey? Feel like you're in prison? Must be feeding time. I was just driving away from the wolf center there. Definitely cool. Cool to see the wolves that close. Amazing. Got tons of photos. The fence was a bit of a challenge, but actually the 600 mil worked out quite well for that. It blurred out most of it. The darker wolf, the black wolf, was pretty hard to shoot because you could see the fence lines a bit more. But yeah, I got a ton of photos. They do a photo walk too. It's where they go to walk the animals. The wolves, they'll take them in a little trailer, I guess, and drive, I think they said 12 kilometers away or something, and let them run around free, and then they come back to them, which is neat because the wolves are imprinted in the two main owners there. But yeah, they rescue the wolves from zoos and things and stuff, so it's pretty neat setup they have there. Must have had, I think I saw 8 wolves there. But yeah, definitely cool. The photo walk, 300 bucks to do it. They didn't have one today. There's one tomorrow. Be tempting to do it. It's cheating as far as wildlife photography, but it's a good chance, good opportunity to see them, kind of what they do, their habits. And boy, they fed them too, and holy cow, wolfing the food down that's where they get it from. They don't chew much. They just swallow. They threw big chunks of meat over, and they're just wolfing it down. So definitely cool. Glad to see some wolves on my trip, although I would have rather seen them in the wild. But definitely cool. I've never been that close to a wolf before, so that was neat. Definitely recommend it. And I'll have to put together some kind of wolf slideshow here. Last time I was through this area, I spotted, can't remember if it was a wolf or a coyote crossing the road. This would actually be a great spot for the blind to set up. I'm just, I don't know, 30 clicks west of Golden, so not a bad spot. I'm gonna mark this on the GPS and come back at another time. But nice wide open area, like I like it. On a sad note, when I mentioned to the people who run the wolf center, I mentioned about the wolves that I had photographed in Cooney National Park in November. They said that most of that wolf pack was killed in the wintertime. They were struck by vehicles and by trains. So that wolf pack is barely in existence. So that might explain why I had tough luck trying to find them this time. Well, coming up here, I just went through Kamloops. I've got a choice either to keep on to Coquihalla, which is the fastest way home, or to turn right up here and take Highway 1 through the canyon and stuff. It's a little more scenic through the canyon, so that's what I'm doing. I'm turning right, and I'm gonna go down that way. There's one spot at Spencer's Bridge that there's always some bighorn sheep, and I thought that would be kind of fun to take some pictures of. I'm in no big rush. It's now 4 o'clock. If I make it home today, I make it home. If not, that's fine. It should be, I don't know, 5-hour drive from here. If I went to Coquihalla, probably be about 4 hours, so maybe 5.5 from here going this route. That's the plan. Well, back in the end of December, I was working at that tower. I don't know if you can see down there, but there's a tower up there. And I saw a coyote, which is kind of cool. I guess if I wanted to, I could go set up there, but I think I'll keep moseying on, but I'll keep that in mind for another trip. I'm just coming up to Spencer's Bridge, and I passed the area that I normally see the bighorn sheep, and nothing. I guess they've taken the day off. I don't know, maybe they're further up the hill, somewhere, but usually about 75% of the time I see them, but not this time. Well, I'm back in North Vancouver, probably about 15.5 hours after I left this morning. I took my time though, I guess. Overall, the trip was just over 2,200 kilometers. Kind of a long trip for 5 days, but it was good. It was a good trip. Nice to see those wolves, even though they were in captivity. Yeah, now that I'm back, I almost feel like going on a road trip again. Just 5 days isn't long enough.